Sharma, and in this video we are going to talk about TCS NQT. So let's get started with today's session. So the very first question that I have is that given a script and we have to predict the output of the code, right? So we have an integer which is a and it has a value of 5. There is another variable which is b but it does not have any value, right? बस declare करा यार इसको, ठीक है? Great. Now let's come to this print statement. So this print statement is saying that first of all increment a value. So okay, this 5 will become 6 and add b to this. Now we don't have any value for b, right? But in C we have a concept of garbage value. So this garbage value, some garbage value will be added to this 6, right? So this garbage value will be of float type, right? So 6 plus some garbage value which is of float type will become some float garbage value, right? Some float garbage value. Now I am saying size of float. I am saying size of float, some garbage value which is float, right? So size of float is going to give you 4 as your answer, right? It means कि पहले print statement का जो आंसर मेरे पास होने वाला है that is going to be 4, which is perfectly fine. But now some of you must be thinking that यार यहाँ पे a को इंक्रीमेंट हो चुका है, यहाँ पे a इंक्रीमेंट हो चुका है, so the value is going to be 6. So the option B will be the correct answer. But ऐसा नहीं है दोस्तों, आपको एक चीज़ याद रखनी पड़ेगी कि साइज ऑफ ऑपरेटर के अंदर ना ही तो इंक्रीमेंट और डिक्रीमेंट ऑपरेटर कोई काम नहीं करता है, राइट? सो दिस वैल्यू, द वैल्यू फॉर a which is 5 is not going to be changed, right? So the value for a will still remain 5. So because यहाँ पे next print statement में वो आपसे a की value print करा रहा है, so the value which will get printed on the console will be 5. So the final answer is going to be 4, 5, right? So I hope you have learned something new. So let's move to the next question. Great. So next question is something like this. So whenever you are given a situation like this, that in the print statement you are giving some some values to be printed and which contains increment or decremented operator. So in that case what you have to do is you just take 3 buckets, right? And you have to remember one thing, that whenever this kind of statement is given, this kind of print statement is given, and in the print statement you are given some increment and decrement operators, so you always have to move from right to left and you have to give the priority to that operator which is having increment or decrement associated with it, right? So what I mean to say is that in this particular section you are going to first evaluate this particular statement, right? And then you are going to evaluate this particular thing, and then finally you will be outputting this particular a, right? So when we will solve this question, so the answer that I'll be getting, because a is already 66, look here, a is already 66, right? So I'll start moving from right to left. So the very first increment or decrement operator that I'll be having is this particular statement, right? So a plus plus. तो a plus plus का मतलब क्या है कि first print the value of a, okay, first print the value of a and then increment it. So 66 will become 67. That's perfectly fine. Again we have to move to the left, right? Next statement is this plus plus a. Actually plus plus a का मतलब क्या है कि first increment the value of a and then print it, right? So the value is already the value of a is already 67, so 67 will get incremented first and then I will print this. So 67 will become actually 68 and then I will print this. Now finally this will get printed. So now the value of a has become 68, so now 68 will get printed. So the order will not be like this, right? So some of you might have printed for this question that first of all, okay, this is 66, so 67 will be the first answer. Then okay, the 67 is incremented value, but we have to first, for this particular statement, we have to first print the value and then increment it. So now the value has become 68. So now for this a, the value will be 68. So कुछ लोग यार इसको लगाते, but एक्चुअली में आंसर इसका ये होने वाला है, ठीक है? सो आप गलत मत करो इस चीज़ को. इस चीज़ का सिर्फ फंडा इतना सा है कि यू हैव टू मूव फ्रॉम राइट टू लेफ्ट एंड यू हैव टू गिव द प्रायोरिटी टू द इंक्रीमेंट और डिक्रीमेंटेड ऑपरेटर, राइट? दैट्स ग्रेट. सो लेट्स मूव टू द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन. So the next question is that we have two variables and the variable name is same. So int a is equals to 4 and float a is equals to 4, right? Now we are saying print a. So if you code in Python, right? अगर आप Python में code करते हो तो there is a concept that if there is a memory 4 and you are pointing to this. Now if you try to change the value for the same variable, right? Let's say you are trying to assign a as a string, some string, right? So this a was pointing to 4 first, but now this a will be pointing to this string, and now this is valid in Python, right? But here what is the case in C or C++ that you cannot actually make one variable point to two things, right? So this is not going to be valid. So the answer will be compile error, right? So I hope you have learned something new in this question. So let's move to the next problem. So next question is, very interesting question. So if you know about the precedence and associativity rule, so you will be able to do this question. Otherwise, I think you won't be able to do this question, right? So let's look at this question. So given an array and the array contains two values, 10 and 20. Okay, so this value is actually saying me that there is a pointer variable p which is pointing to the address of this base address of this array, right? So here is my pointer variable p which is pointing to the very first value of this array, right? Now there is a statement which is saying something like this. So here are two operators. If you look closely, there are two operators. One is dereferencing operator and second one is prefix operator, right? So the precedence for dereferencing operator and prefix operator is same, but the evaluation will be done from right to left, right? So the evaluation will be done from right to left. Okay, that's great. So what we will do is, first of all, we will calculate this and then we will perform on this reference operator, right? So what I mean to say is that, okay, this particular statement is going to be evaluated something like this, that first of all we have to increment the p. So p was pointing to 10 initially, now this will be pointing to 20, right? Now your p is pointing to 20. Now we have to find the value at this address, right? So we have to find the value at this address. That's perfectly fine. But now let's look at this print statement. So what this print statement is saying, that first of all print the value of ARR of 0. So what is the value of ARR 0? What is the value of ARR 0? So the value of ARR 0 is 10. So 10 will get printed. That's fine. Next is that ARR of 1 we have to print. So what is the value of ARR of 1? What is the value which is present at the index 1 in this array, which is 20. So 20 will get printed. Now p is pointing to 20 because it was incremented, right? It was incremented. So p is pointing to 20 now. Okay, so now p is, just because p is pointing to 20, so star p will actually give me 20. So this is something which is, you should know about it, right? So यार इस क्वेश्चन से मेरा सिर्फ इतना बताने का मतलब है कि you need to look at some precedence and associativity table before appearing in TCS NQT, right? So sometime there will be a question which will be very easy, but if you don't know about precedence and associativity rules, so you will not be able to do that question correctly, right? So you just go through your precedence and associativity table, so that no question can be marked as undone just because of the concept, right? So the question 5 is based on OOPS, right? So given is a script and you have to identify what kind of object oriented programming feature is applicable in this particular statement, right? So let me tell you guys, whenever we talk about classes and object, right? So there is always a feature which will already be there and which is encapsulation, right? Now there are other operations, other features, which is, polymorphism, inheritance and data abstraction. So this is something that you need to really look at, but encapsulation will always be there. Because what is the definition of encapsulation? Encapsulation tells me that wrapping up of the data, और उस डेटा से मैं ये समझता हूँ कि क्लास वेरिएबल्स एंड क्लास मेंबर फंक्शंस, राइट? तो जितने भी आपके फंक्शंस एंड क्लास वेरिएबल्स होते हैं, दे आर ऑल एम्बेडेड इनटू वन क्लास, इनटू अ सिंगल यूनिट. सो दैट इज योर एनकैप्सुलेशन. सो एनकैप्सुलेशन तो यहाँ पे है ही, बट व्हाट अदर फीचर इज बीइंग स्पेसिफाइड हियर? सो यार मेरे को दिख रहा है कि इस क्लास टॉपर ने इस स्टूडेंट को इनहेरिट कर रखा है. सो दिस इज हाउ वी एक्चुअली इनहेरिट द क्लास इन C++, राइट? सो इफ यू कोड इन जावा, सो जावा एंड C++ थोड़ा सा आपको थोड़ा सा पता होना चाहिए ऑब्जेक्ट ओरिएंटेड के बारे में, बिकॉज जावा से भी वो पूछ सकता है, राइट? सो जावा उनकी जो है डिमांडेड लैंग्वेज है, ठीक है? वो दे पीपल वर्क अलॉट इन जावा, TCS NQT, TCS वर्क अलॉट इन जावा. सो TCS जावा से पूछ सकती है, नो डाउट. सो द ऑप्शन दैट इज गोइंग टू बी इन दिस क्वेश्चन इज D, right? So if encapsulation and inheritance option was not there, so option will be your inheritance, right? Because encapsulation is already understood कि वो तो है ही, ठीक है? So अगर है तो बट आपको लगाना है, right? That's fine. So let's move to the next question. So next question is from your BFS, right? So far we have seen questions from, little bit about pointers, operators, right? and associative precedence all. So question can be from your data structures as well. So given is a graph and you have to identify that what is the BFS of this graph. So अब देखो ग्राफ यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा छोटा बन रखा है तो आप इसको देख करके भी बना सकते हो, राइट, देख के बता दोगे कि व्हाट इज द BFS इज गोइंग टू बी. बट अगर ग्राफ बड़ा आता है तो उसके लिए मैं आपको ट्रिक सिखा देता हूँ सो दैट कि कुछ भी ग्राफ आ जाए आपको वो चीज़ बना पाओ. सो जैसे ही आप ग्राफ पे देखोगे, सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल जस्ट प्रिपेयर योर एडजेसेंसी लिस्ट, राइट. सो 1 2 एंड योर 3 4 एंड 5 मेक इट इन असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, राइट. सो असेंडिंग ऑर्डर के हिसाब से पक्का वहाँ पे ऑप्शन अवेलेबल होगा, राइट. सो आप इस तरीके से अपनी एडजेसेंसी सारे वर्टेक्सेस को लिख लो. नाउ वॉट एवर वर्टेक्स इज कनेक्टेड टू 1, राइट, दैट इन योर असेंडिंग ऑर्डर, राइट. सो 1 से कनेक्टेड है मेरे पास 2 3 एंड 4. सो आई विल बी राइटिंग 2 3 एंड 4, 2 3 एंड 4, राइट. ओके, 2 से कौन कौन कनेक्टेड है? सो 2 से मेरे पास कनेक्टेड है आपके पास 1 एंड 5. ओके, 1 3 एंड 5, राइट. ठीक है, 3 से कौन कौन कनेक्टेड है? 3 से मेरे पास कनेक्टेड है 1 2 एंड 4. सो 3 से 1 2 4 कनेक्टेड है. 4 से कौन कौन कनेक्टेड है? 1 एंड 3 कनेक्टेड है, दैट्स फाइन. 5 से कौन कनेक्टेड है? सिर्फ 2 कनेक्टेड है. नाउ यू हैव टू टेक 2 थिंग्स. वन इज योर क्यू एंड अनदर वन इज योर BFS एरे, जिसके आप अंदर अपना आंसर स्टोर करोगे, एंड अनदर वन इज गोइंग टू बी योर क्यू. सो व्हाट यू हैव टू डू इज, लेट्स से वन इज योर starting node. So you will be given a starting node. मैंने यहाँ पे mention नहीं किया है, you can mention that. So one will be your starting node. So one को अगर मैं starting node suppose करता हूँ, so one will be inserted first in my queue, right. मैंने one को insert किया queue के अंदर. Now I will pop this one. I will pop this one and I will push this onto my BFS and I will mark this one as visited. Let's say I am making a circle on it, right. That's great. So I have already popped this one out of the queue, right. Now जैसे ही मैं इस वन को पॉप करा, जितने भी इसके एडजेसेंट्स है मैं उनको सबको अपने क्यू के अंदर पुश कर दूंगा, राइट. मैं अपने क्यू के अंदर पुश कर दूंगा. सो वॉट एवर यू आर गोइंग टू एक्सप्लोर, फॉर एग्जाम्पल जैसे मैंने वन के सारे एडजेसेंट्स को एक्सप्लोर करा था तो मैं इन सबको मार्क कर दूंगा विजिटेड मार्क कर दूंगा, राइट. सो मैंने जैसे 2 को एक्सप्लोर किया था, 2 को मार्क कर दिया विजिटेड. 3 को एक्सप्लोर करा, 3 को मार्क कर दिया विजिटेड. 4 को क्या था, 4 को भी मार्क कर दिया विजिटेड, राइट. मीन्स अगर मैं अब इनको फिर से इनकाउंटर करूंगा कहीं पर तो आई एम नॉट गोइंग टू ऐड देम इनटू द क्यू, राइट. सो व्हेन आई पॉप दिस 2, so first of all I will add this 2 into my BFS and now I am going to explore all the elements which are adjacent to this 2. So the 1 is adjacent to 2 but 1 is already visited, you can see that. So I am not going to add 1 into my queue. Okay, let's move to 3. So 3 is already visited because so I cannot add it into my queue. Now let's come to 5. So 5 is unvisited, so I can add this 5 into my queue, right. Again I will make this 5 as visited because it is visited now. Now I will again pop this 3, right. Now I am going to explore all the adjacent of this 3. So 1 is already visited, 2 is already visited, 4 is already visited. So what I'll do is I will just push this into my BFS array. Again I will pop 4. 4 के भी जितने सारे adjacent है सब visited है, so 4 को मैं BFS में डाल दूंगा, then 5 को pop करूंगा, 5 will be there. So this is how you can actually calculate your BFS, right. So the answer to this question is going to be, this C part, right. So C will be your answer. So let's move to the next problem. So what is the worst case time complexity for bubble sort? So after this, after these 4 questions I'm going to tell you something, right. So hold on and wait for that, right. So what is the time complexity for bubble sort? So bubble sort की आपको पता होना चाहिए, of big of n square होती है worst case time complexity, right. So that's fine. Let's move to the next question. Assume that we use bubble sort to sort indistinct elements in ascending order. When does the best case of bubble sort occur? So अगर आप लोगों ने bubble sort पढ़ रखी है बट आपको ये नहीं पता कि bubble sort का best case कब occur होता है, so you will not be able to do this question. It means you need to know about every sorting technique, वो भी deeply, right. So जब भी bubble sort की बात होती है, so if all the elements are sorted, if all the elements are in ascending order, so that is going to be your best case, right, which will take big of n time just to evaluate whether the element is sorted or not, right. So the answer to this question is going to be A option, right. So let's move to the next problem. So now the number of swappings needed to sort these numbers, एक एरे आपको दे रखा है, ठीक है, कोई भी रैंडम एरे, और उसको आपको सॉर्ट करना है. तो अब सॉर्ट करने के लिए पूछ रहा है कि कितने नंबर ऑफ स्वैपिंग्स लगेंगे. सो लेट्स ट्राई टू राइट दिस. सो द ये तो ओरिजिनल एरे है, यहाँ से हम स्वैप काउंट्स करना शुरू करेंगे, राइट. सो लेट मी यहाँ से हम स्वैप काउंट करना शुरू करेंगे. सो द फर्स्ट स्वैप दैट विल बी डन इज 8 will remain as it is, 27 and 7 this 22 and 7 will get swept. So 7 will be here and 22 will be here. बाकी का मैं as it is लिख रहा हूँ अभी, राइट. सो एक एक करके करते हैं इस चीज़ को. नाउ दिस इज वन स्वैप. लेट्स कम टू दिस सेकेंड स्वैप. सो बिकॉज यहाँ तक मेरा पास अभी जो है स्वैप हुआ था, तो यहीं से कंटिन्यू मैं करूँगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि पास बाय पास चलेंगे, राइट. हम पास बाय पास चलेंगे. अभी इनर लूप चल रहा है, ठीक है. सो 22 और 9 विल बी कंपेयर्ड. सो 9 विल बी हियर एंड 22 विल बी हियर. तो मैंने एक टाइम पे एक ही स्वैप कर रहा हूँ मैं, राइट. सो ये अभी जेथ लूप ही चल रहा है, इनर वाला लूप, राइट. दैट्स फाइन. 31 and 5 will get swapped actually. So 5 will be here and 31 will be here and 13 will be here, right. So fourth swap will be basically 8, 7, 9, 22, 5 and 13 will be here and 31 will be here, right. So far this is your one pass. Now again I will start iterating from the initial, right. So now this 8 and 7 will be compared. So at this point in time the fifth iteration something like this. So 7, 8, okay, because we are swapping one at a time, so this will be the case. Sixth will be your 7, 8 are at correct position, that's fine. So 7, 8, 9 is also at correct position. Now 22 and 5 will get swapped. So 22 will be there and 5 will come here and 13 and 31. Now again 7th will be your 7, 8, 9, 5, 22 and 13 will get swapped. So 13 will be here and 22, 31, right. Now my array is almost sorted, but this 5 is creating a problem. So again there will be a third pass. So this was the one pass, this was its second pass, and now third pass will be there. So 7, 8, okay. So this at this point in time 7 and 8 are correct place, 8 and 9 is also at correct place, but 9 and 5 are not at correct place. So 8 swap will be something like this: 7, 8, 5, 9, okay, and 13, 22 and 31, right. Again ninth, so 7, 5, 8, 9, 13, 22 and 31, and 10th 5, 7, 8, 9, 13, 22 and 31. So if now at this point in time my array is sorted. So if you know about that how bubble sort works, कि कैसे उसमें पासेस काम करते हैं और किस पास पे क्या मतलब आई एंड जेथ लूप की वैल्यू अगर आपको पता है, सो यू विल बी एबल टू डू दैट, राइट. सो द आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी 10 ऑप्शन. सो इफ यू डोंट नो अबाउट, इफ यू हैवंट गोट दिस क्वेश्चन कि कैसे हम लोगों ने इसको सॉल्व किया, सो यू कैन एक्चुअली लुक फॉर बबल सॉर्ट, दैट हाउ बबल सॉर्ट वर्क्स, एंड देन यू कैन सॉल्व दिस क्वेश्चन. The last question that I have for you is that in order and pre-order traversal of a binary tree are given and you have to find the post-order traversal. So this is the basic technique, right? So first of all I'm going to write in order and then I am going to write pre-order, right? So first of all I'm going to look in my pre-order that okay, what is the root node? So root node is A. I will be finding A in my in order. So these three elements will be the left subtree. So D, B and E are going to be the left of A, and F, C and G are going to be the right of the A. Now again I will find the next element, so B. So B will be the next node, right? I will find this B. So इस B को मेरे यहाँ पे देखने से पता चला कि D is going to be the left of this and E is going to be right of this, right? Again I will D मैंने एक्सप्लोर कर लिया, E मैंने एक्सप्लोर कर लिया. अब लेट्स से C. So C किधर है? C मेरे पास राइट में, so this will be the next node. Okay, so F is going to be left of this and G is going to be the right of this. So यार मेरे पास एक ट्री बन गया. Now you can easily find out the post order. So what is the post order? Whatever element you will encounter at the third time, that is going to be the visited, right? So first time, second time, third time. So D will be the first option, और I think D मेरे को दो में दिख रहा है, right? B, A and D में. Let's move further. So second time मैंने visit किया, E को first time visit किया, और E को second time visit करूँगा, third time visit किया. So E is the next, okay. Again in 2, okay. A, F को मैं third time visit किया इसके बाद. So the next is going to be F. So the answer will be D option. So you need not to evaluate the complete answer. So D will be your answer, right? So if you haven't watched my Capgemini series, Capgemini pseudo series, so you can actually go for them. एक दो देख लो, काफ़ी एक्सपोजर मिल जाएगा कि कैसे सूडो कोड वाले राउंड को फोड़ना है. ठीक है, ज़्यादा अंतर नहीं होगा TCS के और कैपजेमिनी के, ऑलमोस्ट सेम होता है सब कुछ, ठीक है. सो थोड़ा सा आपको पता चल जाएगा. बाकी इफ़ आई टॉक अबाउट कोडिंग पार्ट, सो there will be 2 coding questions this time and you will be given 45 minutes, right? So I am not going to discuss any coding question here, but what I am going to discuss here is that first of all your language matters. So whatever language you prefer, So you need to be good at external data structures. For example, what I mean external data structures, so if you code in C++, so you must be good at STL, because sometimes you need to use actually map and all. So मैप आपको यूज़ करना पड़ सकता है, स्टैक आपको यूज़ करना पड़ सकता है बना बनाया, अब वहाँ पे आप खुद का स्टैक और मैप नहीं बनाने जा रहे हो, राइट. सो मैप आपको यूज़ करना पड़ सकता है, स्टैक आपको यूज़ करना पड़ सकता है, लिस्ट आपको हो सकता है यूज़ करना पड़े, स्ट्रिंग, ये सब चीज़ें आपको यूज़ करनी पड़ सकती है, राइट. सो इफ़ यू कोड इन जावा, सो यू नीड टू बी गुड एट कलेक्शन फ्रेमवर्क, राइट. कलेक्शन फ्रेमवर्क में आपको हैश मैप पढ़ने की ज़रूरत है, ठीक है, क्योंकि बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस हैश मैप एंड ऑल से हो जाते हैं. स्टैक पढ़ने की ज़रूरत है, ठीक है, लिंक लिस्ट पढ़ लेना, और यही दो तीन चीज़ें हैं, राइट. एरे लिस्ट ज़रूर पढ़ लेना, क्योंकि एरे लिस्ट के तो बिना कुछ काम ही नहीं होने वाला, राइट. और अगर आप पाइथन में करते हो तो अगेन यू नीड टू बी गुड एट लिस्ट एंड ऑल, राइट. सो वाई आई एम सेइंग लाइक दैट, बिकॉज यार कभी कभी कुछ इस तरीके का क्वेश्चन आएगा, फॉर एग्जाम्पल रिमूव डुप्लीकेट्स आउट ऑफ द एरे. So for removing duplicates you will need some external data structures. For example map को use करके आप उसको कर सकते हो, right. ठीक है, तो basically you need to be good at your language, that whatever language you know really well, so उसी language में आपको अपना question को attempt करना है, ठीक है. So all the very best for your TCS NQT. अच्छे से दो, you have a great opportunity of 3+, 7+ and 11+ LPA, right. So all the very best and do your best. Thank you. Bye bye for now.